I got my answers right here. Paul texts me 6 o'clock in the morning. Says, "Hey, let's do a video," after us saying we're not going to do a video yesterday. And he sends me, "Oh, I just got a topic for you. There's like 55 topics on this list."
Well, yeah, but they're just quick answers.
Sure.
Now, before we start, like, if you're new here, like really,
real new.
Yeah, we're just regular Joes. We're not movie experts, and when we talk, we're talking like regular people. Okay, we're not one of those movie channels.
We're movie fans.
Research everything, right?
Not movie critics.
And so, please put your opinions down in the comments. Like when we ask a question, go ahead and answer.
Yeah, because I bet you your answers often are way different than ours.
Yep, probably.
So let's go. What kind of questions do you have for us today, Paul?
Okay, basically, I just go looking on the web for these sites that say, "Hey, interesting movie topics," and these are some of them that I picked out. What do you like and dislike about superhero movies?
Okay, you first.
Okay.
You're supposed to be prepared. I'm prepared.
I'm starting to dislike the shared universe.
Okay. Although that's what drew us into Marvel, right?
It was a very unique concept. Yeah, you started with an epic movie, Iron Man, and then you went into this whole... started with the Hulk, but Iron Man really set it off, and you went into this whole cinematic universe, and it culminated with this epic endgame. But now everybody thinks that they have to do it. And I'm always thinking, well, I'm not really into the storyline this far, so why do I want to see the next movie? Like The Flash that just came out. It might be a good movie, okay? It might be. But I'm not invested in this whole DC Universe thing, so I don't really care about it. So why do I want to go see it?
Except, well, for instance, The Flash is a standalone movie. It's really not connected to their universe. It's just a Flash movie. Well, it is
because it's Flash, and it's Batman, and it's Superman.
Yeah, but you know, there's 1,900 Marvel characters in the comic books, but that doesn't mean they're all connected.
Remember when you had a Batman movie? And it was a movie about Batman? Yep. Well, now it has to be about all the different heroes. And now you're connecting this movie with that movie and that movie, and I'm tired of that.
Okay. All right.
What do I like about superhero movies? Well, they seem to cast some charismatic stars. Like, I do like Robert Downey junior and Chris Evans and Chris Hemsworth. Like, they are all epic. Henry Cavill. Like, if the studios make enough money on these movies where they could do that. And that's what I guess I enjoy about the superhero movies.
The fact that they can pay more for the bigger actors.
I guess so. I guess.
Okay. I always like the good versus evil factor in movies. But I also like it when the heroes have flaws. So, like, there's a journey to the hero. Iron Man 1 is completely different than Iron Man in Endgame. Like, he has a whole journey where he's less self-centered, etc., works his way.
Yeah, but let's talk about the movie. Not because Endgame was not an Iron Man.
No. No, but it's a superhero movie.
Endgame was a superhero movie, but you can't say he was different at the beginning of Endgame than he was at the end of Endgame.
No, but but in the good versus evil factor, and I like the hero willing to sacrifice himself. I like when Chris Evans with Captain America, all alone at the end of the movie, standing up, and he's still not giving up, even though there's an entire army in front of him.
Okay.
That kind of stuff. But what I do hate is when there is no hero's journey. There's no arc, and they're just immediately super powerful.
Like Captain Marvel.
Like Captain Marvel was, like Rey is in Star Wars. Any character like that. I don't like that they also, and they know how to use all their powers right away. I also hate the fact...
So would you say that you hate Superman movies?
Superman had a growth, if you look at the first movie. Yeah, because he learned he was holding back his powers. He wasn't using them all. And as a child, he learned to use them when he was growing up. And his father kept them under wraps.
Okay, so Superman 2.
Yeah, but we knew what Superman was by then. I mean, when you're
But does he have a journey at the beginning of Superman 2 to the end of Superman 2?
He's willing to sacrifice himself. He doesn't use his superpowers to defeat the other guys. He uses his brain. He tricks them into going into thing. There is a journey. It's not just might versus might, right? It's not just punch, punch, punch all the time.
Okay.
But I also don't like when they're told, well, you just have to believe in yourself. And suddenly now you can use all your powers. Mm-hmm. That was the problem with America Chavez. There you go. Holy jumping. Most unforgettable character they've ever created. But all the way through, she's running. She doesn't know what she's doing. Blah, blah. It just happens. And all of a sudden at the end, just believe in yourself. And suddenly she can use all her powers. Mm. I hate when they do that.
Okay.
Next.
What is the worst movie you have ever seen?
Freddy Got Fingered.
Oh, I didn't see that.
You're lucky. It's on Netflix. You can watch it.
Oh, you saw that with my wife, didn't you?
No. That was another comedy that there just turned out to be a whole lot of sex scenes in. Seeing with my niece. No, this was Freddy Got Fingered. It's right around the time where he was engaged. He got married to Drew Barrymore, and he was the next guy.
Oh, Green.
Yeah, Tom Green. It was one of the most useless things I've ever watched in my life.
Okay.
And I've seen some bad movies.
The first one is kind of forgettable for me. It was a long time ago. Jimmy Hollywood.
Yes.
Okay. I remember it being like so bad. Like we walked out of there and said that was the worst movie ever, and that's the worst movie it'll ever be.
It was the most dull, and with a good actor in it, but it was just so boring all the way through.
Next one, I remember being extremely, extremely unhappy with was Cloud Atlas. And after the first 15 minutes, we were looking at each other. Do we walk out?
Yeah.
But a lot of people love it, and they say, "Oh, you just don't get it."
That's right. I don't get boring movies. It was dull. It was boring. It was lifeless. It was bad.
Okay, so what's the worst movie ever for you? Do you like scary movies?
I like thrillers. Like movies that make you tense. Like what's going to happen? Oh no, like this. Not movies with boo, jump scare, ha ha ha. And I don't like basically torture porn movies.
Like Saw?
Like Saw and the Hostel and movies like that. I could live without those. No thanks.
Okay, my answer is I want to like scary movies, but I just think they're not scary and they're very bad.
Most of them.
I can't remember the last time I saw a scary movie that was actually good. That was actually scary and good.
Yeah.
I can't think of one.
No, there's very few, there's very few that give me that eerie feeling anymore because it's all formulaic a lot. So,
Okay.
There you go.
Oh.
One more, and then we'll end this video.
One more?
It'll be like 10 minutes.
10-minute video, okay. What's the most times you have watched a movie, and what was it?
I've got 3 movies that I watch constantly a lot. One is The Other Guys, the comedy.
Will Ferrell and Wahlberg.
Yeah, Mark Wahlberg. All the time. I can watch that 100 million times and never get tired of it.
Yeah.
The original Spring Break. I watched, you never, sorry, no, I'm thinking another movie in my head, but Spring Break is just it's just 4 guys go on spring break, and they run into each other. There's two guys, and they run into each other, end up sharing the same hotel room, and they just have fun in spring break.
Okay.
And it's just a teenage romp comedy kind of thing. Really bad, but it's something I watch. It's my guilty pleasure.
Like Revenge of the Nerds kind of thing?
Yeah.
Like that quality?
The story is really bad, but there's pretty girls in it, and these guys are just goofy kind of thing, right? And then I watched The Negotiator a lot.
What's that?
The Negotiator is Samuel L. Jackson and Kevin Spacey. Samuel L. Jackson is being framed for doing something, and they're both negotiators. But of course he starts taking people hostage, and Kevin Spacey's called in to stop it. but all the police around him, some of them are in on it, and they want to kill Samuel L. Jackson. And so you have Kevin Spacey, who's just trying to get this no one shot kind of thing. It's one of the best thriller action movies. I really enjoy it.
Oh, you really enjoy, and you watch it often.
All the time. All the time. I just watch it on the plane, flying home. I watch it all the time.
Okay. Mine, I've mentioned this before, this is Grease.
Yeah.
And Mark would have the same answer.
He'd probably throw in Back to the Future as well.
For him, yeah. But Grease, we must have watched that 30, 40 times.
Yeah.
Like,
It's your guilty pleasure.
starting as kids, good music, good acting, funny, just a chill, relaxing movie. It's so good.
Yeah. Now, do you watch the whole movie or just fast forward to the end?
I watched the whole movie.
Okay. Because a lot of people on their VHS tapes, that part of the movie stretched a lot because they keep rewinding it and playing it in slow motion. All right. What is your guilty pleasure movie? What movie have you watched the most? I bet you Spring Break is not one of them. And I bet you Negotiator might not be, but check it out. I think it's still on Netflix, and it is one of my favorite movies of all time.